Hello again. This is going to be a video mixing saving somebody's life with lemniscates. Just to mention that the Chinese or the Asian thinking of saving somebody's life is that then you are beholden to saving that person's life for the rest of their life, or your life, whichever one ends first. Well, Lord help anyone who works in emergency services in China then, because of that's quite a cast list, isn't it? Are they short of ambulance drivers? I don't know. Anyway, so this is just a bit of lemniscate here. Do you work your magic if you get the chance to save somebody's life? Well, I'm Sagittarius, and I'm mixing the Sufi deck into this. There's always a lot of wings going on with Sag, isn't there? When do you actually finally earn your wings? And my mother figure, I have to say, I've saved her life twice, and she's been a first-class A1 all-around piece of work towards me. There's no escaping that. At the age of 51, she told me I was adopted, blah. Having saved her life twice, when I was in hospital, nobody came to see me for 3 weeks, and I was left to rot, despite from a hospital needing A&E for suspected stroke and coming back. Not one oomph of, not one bit of help. They weaponised it, and I'm glad that I stayed on my side of how I choose to behave through choice. I find her behaviour disgusting. I've struggled with understanding it. The link back to the story. Oh, anyway, let's just finish these cards off. So she, in Temperance, you've got a lemniscate there. In Justice, really, through that person, if you think the sword and the thing, you've got a little mini lemniscate there, but actually you've got a lemniscate of what you're doing comes through you. So it's a little bit like that, figuratively speaking. And so that's what everybody wants based on that, aren't they? And there's a sort of a lemniscate going on there of energy. We'll take that out. It's just, I've been looking into sort of the artwork of tarot. Oops, let me. It didn't go. Is that still going? I'm not starting this again. Okay. First time I saved her life, she had a strangulated colon, and she won't ever eat pepperoni pizza again because that's what we'd had for dinner that night. But then, if you imagine your colon, her intestine had gone through her colon and it was strangulated, so no food could get through. So she was blowing up like a balloon, and she was getting sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker. My father wasn't very well. He was suffering from heart problems, so I was in charge, I suppose, of sorting that out. But if the food can't get through, it starts going off and toxins start happening, and I won't tell you what colour she was. She ended up in hospital with a tube up her nose with all kinds of green stuff flowing through the tube. It was the right thing to do. I called the ambulance. They were taking too long, so I called the ambulance again and saggied them down the phone, going, "What's taking you so long?" So yeah, I saved her life. There you go. Now, the second time I saved her life, she had double pneumonia, and I went up to live with her for 3 months in Yorkshire. I live in London. Door to door is about 4 hours, depends on delays, but say 4.5 hours. And she looked so rough one day, or one night. I said, "Look, tomorrow," I basically, based on her need for recovery, I was living up there. I gave up my home to go and live at hers in the cold up there. At least it's fresh. But I said, "Look, get yourself to bed, and I'll call your doctor first thing in the morning." I didn't actually go to sleep that night because I thought, with chronic fatigue syndrome, I don't want to miss that. So I called her doctors at 7 o'clock. Made her breakfast, took it up to her and said, come on, we've got an appointment just after 8. And it was like, she was like Linda Blair in The Exorcist. How dare you call my doctor without consulting me? I said, well, you're obviously too ill to remember the conversation we had last night when I literally had to scoop you up the stairs because you were so weak. It turned out she'd got sepsis, and the doctor was reluctant. I think it was Dr. Evans. Wouldn't let her out of her sight until the oxygen had got. She kept in that little test on her finger to check oxygen or blood levels or whatever it was. So yeah, if I wasn't there, she'd be dead. Second time. But I did it because it was the right thing to do. And that instinctively, I knew that night that I had to, whatever was going on wasn't working sufficiently. Now, they put her on a steroid called prednisolone, or I think it's prednisone somewhere else. She turned into an absolute monster. And being away from my home, with no support from my sisters, looking after this woman who turned into a monster, wasn't much fun. How dare you call my doctor? All she could focus on was, how dare you call my doctor without my permission? Well, you're still pink and breathing, aren't you? So, for about 18 months after that, when we went on holiday a couple of times, 2 times, and one of the first things she would want to get in there was, he called my doctor without my permission. And it was like she wanted to punish me for saving her life. I still don't understand it. I've got past needing to understand it, and I've released it because it's just too much toxicity. But for somebody to treat you like that's why it's taken me so long to actually move on from this woman, because it's sort of with jaw on the floor amazement that somebody can treat you like that. And as I said, I don't even know she's my mother, because she told me I was adopted last year. So I'm doing a C63, a court-supervised DNA test, because I've realised that she's the lies just dribble out of her mouth. So it could have been a narky nastiness to try and unsettle me, or it could be the truth. I wouldn't believe a word that falls out of her mouth. Now, I had to send that, the case reference to her legally, because it had come through about the court-sponsored DNA test. And then I got about 10 emails when it's supposed to be no contact, or the request has been no contact. She even emailed me on my birthday, and I thought, yeah, nice one, but you're not going to ruin my birthday. She even sent me a link for discounted Ancestry membership, should I want to do some hard work on. Well, I don't know, because I don't even know if I'm looking at the right people, do I? So why would I spend money on something that might be a load of wasted effort? You know, I don't know. But when she was feeling better, and she was, just to think, it was when salted caramel started coming out as a big thing. And I used to go to Fortnum & Mason's, which is her favourite store in London, and get a bag of salted caramel. And she loved that because it gave her some energy after double pneumonia and sepsis. So I used to go to her favourite store, get her favourite thing. And you know, it's still the nastiness. But there you go. Would I do it differently? No, because I did the right thing, even when no one was looking. But I just don't understand. And I'm a Sagittarius, and I will scratch and scrape around to try and find out why. Why is this person behaving like this? Now I'm going to add a bit of Astro in here. We both have Seal of Solomon's in our natal chart. We both have Moon conjunct North Node. She has it in Sagittarius. Her moon sits right on top of my sun, and then our North Nodes are about 3 or 4 degrees apart. And her North Node is in Sagittarius, so I hope she's not hoping that her destiny is through me, because I am the Sag in her family. My Moon and North Node are in Aquarius, so I can distance myself from it quite easily. But it's strange that we've got Moon conjunct North Node, both of us, trining Pluto, trining Saturn. Now, my Saturn goes straight over to my Sun to form the kite, and hers goes up to Mercury, which is my secondary planet. Her secondary planet is, oh, lummy, Saturn. Yeah, Saturn. So her Saturn meets my Mercury in the big kite of that trine. We've both got secondary trines which are different, but there you go. So I'm just linking in a bit of fun. It's my example, but there's quite a lot to look at in your natal charts, in tarot, in people's behaviour. So there we are. So obviously that's the world card, which I didn't get out. I forgot to do that. So in my example, you could link the world card with these here. All right, so now why did I get those out? The card for karma or divine timing and stuff is that. It's card number 10 in pretty much all the decks. We'll just pop that up there. What I love about this is you have the Two of Pentacles, which, let's just take that off now. Look at that lovely lemniscate. It's the banging of the drums, the energy, the vibration that comes out of banging these drums. This is the Sufi deck. And then you have the Six of Pentacles, which, as I said in other videos, I think it's healthy to have it that way around, which it is in the Sufi deck. And 2 plus 6 by my basic maths, it's the Eight of Pentacles, which is your life's work, or hard work, or what have you. And then, obviously those two coming together brings in this. Just a nice little link there. Say no more about it. Now, oh, here we go, let's put that there. That's my birthday card. That's my mother figure's birthday card. Quite different, isn't it? One wants to get up and off, and the other one's going, no, you're going to stay here. So I don't know if that is somebody's moon on somebody else's sun. And just on a personal note, she always used to call me Sunshine. A long time ago, before the clouds came, obviously. And that card just fell out of my hand as I was pulling these other cards out. But this is the only tarot card in which it's raining. And this is the only tarot card where it's like perfect flying conditions and you can get up and off and out there. So why would somebody, a patchwork quilter, stab, want to deny you your sunshine? Because it's going to come back on them, not on you. Because you will find a way to get up and off. It's karma. And it's a shame. It's a real shame. But when you've had enough of it, you've had enough of it. So, which is why there'll be the non-molestation orders, or the... yeah, having said twice last week, no contact, and then wham. I don't know where it was snowing in Britain on Saturday. I don't know if she's gone Delulu, but... yes, we did go to Mexico on my 21st birthday. Funnily enough, that's the day that Miley Cyrus was born. When I was I was doing my Kathleen Turner's up up Chichen Itza. Just a little memory. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, personal experience, saving a life. Is it worth it? You might not feel like it all the time, but yeah, probably is. Just knowing that you've done the right thing, or you had the opportunity to do the right thing at the right time, which is actually the other card of Lemniscate, the strength card of Leo, Lionsgate.